Grimrock 2. Since the last time, I've actually done a tiny bit of inventory sorting. I've dropped off a couple of spare crates that were in Aino's inventory, and just generally made things a little easier to organize, easier to find my way around in a hurry. The first thing we're going to do is, as last time, we're going to be going back and finding a thing that I missed. The one that I'm looking for is in Killbreach Bog, but I'm not going to take this door. Why bother when we can simply go through the water? You can actually skip the entrance puzzle involving the wind gates this way. There we go. And I don't think they've respawned. Uh-oh. Did I just miss these? Toads are no different than they were. And neither are mosquitoes. Whoops. This one's proving bizarrely durable. There we go. And of course I've managed to forget something. I don't have my headphones on. Give me 1 second. One day I will get to a stream having actually prepared everything ahead of time. There we go. If nothing else, this should actually encourage me to make my voice louder so you can hear me. The thing I am looking for is in the waterways, which I was doing everything in my power to avoid last time we were here. I do think some enemies respawn, mostly the food-producing ones, which toads would count as. Come on. Oop, we finally hit Aino's limit. Now notice it's actually still below her absolute limit. This is just, if we pass 145 kilos, she won't be able to move at all. She simply gets slowed down when she gets close to it. I believe it's over on that bank actually, so we'll need to take the wind gate. Yes, as I was commenting last time a lot, I am missing lockpicks. It's mostly a result of me trying to get through this in a hurry rather than dawdle through a million episodes of checking every corner that I can carefully. But here's one of them. And of the multiple optional chests that I chose to unlock in the Forgotten River, I managed to miss the two which actually had things I needed. Of course. While we're here though, I'd just like to point out some of the things I forgot to explain last time. For instance, these two crystals that I picked up. This is a shard of recharging if we have items with limited numbers of uses, such as the special... oh no. Well, certain items have abilities intrinsic to them that they can activate. If we find one of them, we can use that crystal to recharge them. And this is a crystal shard of healing. It is essentially one of the healing crystals in portable form. As such, it's the ultimate item in the game, and I'm never ever going to use them no matter what. Still, we found ourselves a nice pair of reed pants, which are going to be an upgrade for Aino. And also these frost bombs. Yeah, I've got Aino running at a limit, so I'm going to hand over one of the sacks of food. This one. This probably weighs the most. Okay, where are the chests that... well done. Where are those chests that I forgot about? I believe one of them was behind the Shrine of Pain. House of Needles. Which is this one again? It should be round here. Not walking through that again. As for the Summon Stones, we are... oh, there it is. We are maybe tough enough to take them now. Maybe. I'm going to put it off a little bit longer just in case. Because I'd rather not reload any more than I have to. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Come along. Oh, right, now I remember. It's next to the elemental next to the shrine where we put in the elements, which is something else we can do while we're here. We can drop off that element of earth. Here we go. Don't worry, after after this, it's all going to be new content and not just going to be me backtracking through areas I forgot about. Now, I didn't actually ask the shrine what direction is associated with Earth, but as we can see, if fire's there, and this is shock, as you can see, same symbol, we can see that Earth should go here. And it does. Now both things are glowing and making weird ethereal hums. But we're going to go back here, swing around this side, through the gate, which I recall I mentioned is one that I'd never ever found how to unlock in my first playthrough. And it's the Rogue Hood! The Rogue Hood, like all the Rogue set, gives plus dexterity to the wearer, as well as a lot of protection. Hand this hat down, and a cap down. Now everybody has something on their head. In fact, everybody is finally clothed in every slot. Oh, and Aino is just the gauntlet short of wearing the full reed set, but she's not going to be putting them on because bear claws. She needs all the strength she can get. Still, with that said, and these incredibly slow fish caught, hey, the sandals are thrown away. Let's move on to Sleet Island. Free fish. Hello. Oh dear, that's a Zarkton. Goodbye. They can have the water. The water is scary. Right. As you can see, we have barely even begun to explore this area. It's essentially one large ring-shaped lake, with that shrine in the middle that we can't actually get to. I'm the guardian of the bridge. Wake me up. Hey, you. Wake up. Yes, sometimes puzzles are as simple as throw a rock at it. Another horned fruit. And get used to this side around Sleet Island because it's essentially a hub. Gates which are locked from the other side. This is the next major area we'll be going into, the ruins of Desarune. But that one can wait because it's scary. Not very long. Like I said, it is the next major area we're going to. We're just going to explore Sleet Island a little bit first. See if we can't squeak out another level. Or some nice gear upgrades. You know, as long as you don't go in the Zarkton infested waters, it's quite pleasant around here. Or, you know, touch the arquebus, which gets you jumped by mummies. It's another one of the Philosopher's Stone puzzles. There we go. Same second verse, same as the first. We've got to get these stones onto the orange switches. It's not going to be quite as easy as all that, though. In particular, because there's very limited room to maneuver around here. That would presumably be that gargoyle shooter there, given there's a receiver here. So let's get them out of the way and see what that does. That's going to aim at me. There we go. Now we've got a little more room that we can get around. Simple enough. Except we can't actually get this one out of position. So what are we going to do about that? We're going to find this button. Nobody is strong enough to move these things. Rage Potion, Blood Drop Cap, and Falcon Skyer. We have more food than we know what to do with. I should really drop some of this off from the hub. And more lockpicks. They're like buses. Do they have that saying elsewhere? I assume they do. If not, I'm not going to bother explaining it just so I can confuse you some more. And that opens this up, and look, it's a summon stone. Oh my god. They don't have an exceptional chance of injuring, I'm just not sure why it always does. Also, notice that Ano did 39 damage there. Part of our problem is in fact that rocks don't have that high HP, they've just got enormous defense. Which is a problem, because defense acts as straight damage reduction in this game. So what you want is to do a lot of damage in single blows. So Ano is better suited to it than Nosferatu is with Nosferatu with multiple swings. In fact, she does better if she puts down one of her daggers to lose the 25% damage reduction she gets on dual wielding. She'll swing slower, but she'll do more. And in fact, this is a pretty good indication that we are in good shape to be tackling the Summon Stones, because Ano wrecked that one. I didn't think they had exceptional chance to injure, but I could be wrong, it seems. Their little spin means it doesn't matter what direction you're facing them from, they're going to hurt. Come on. They actually speed up. If they speed up a little bit, it's an indication that they're nearly dead. Like so. There's a lot of sacks around here. Nothing in it but pitroot bread and a rage potion, though. Yeah, you can keep it. Actually, what am I talking about? Rage potion raises strength, it does literally nothing for her. I like the way they walk. They've got that real intent in their little plodding. That evasion set's really working out for you, isn't it? Come on, before your buddy gets here. Why are they only aiming for Nosferatu? Ouch. Ano just critical for 40-something damage. Anyway, I'm sure you noticed the switch I was very prominently walking around. It says danger. If I'd come here immediately, maybe it would be dangerous, but it's mosquitoes! It's a lot of mosquitoes! Ow, ow, ow. These don't have damage reduction, so all I need is to swing as much as possible in the hopes that someone will actually hit them. Yeeh. We have leveled up a couple of times. Notice how much they can hurt in a hurry. But you probably also noticed we didn't get a whole lot out of that other than mosquitoed. So look at the wind gates where they appear. We can't get there in time unless we start from there. There we go. This is where all the mosquitoes were, and it's where Ano's next skull is. Presumably from some poor bugger who died of mosquitoes, which doesn't sound at all fun. Here, even the winds are guided by him and them. And more lockpicks. We are going to get a lot of cryptic comments about him and them. If you played the first Grimrock, it might be referring to them? Anyway, that button temporarily turns the wind gates back on, so that we can get out of here. Still, as you may recall, there's one here, one there, and one on that little island. So, let's see if we can't find out which one that is. This one? No. Oh, third time's a charm. It's a secret within a secret. I'm not sure how many layers of recursive secrets this goes. This isn't Knit Underground. Okay, that's going to be a quick race. I'm forgetting something, aren't I? Whoops. Darn it, I know for a fact that's the answer. You can actually just run straight there if you know what to do. Darn it, I know for... That's really bugging me now. I can't remember how to do it. That's just very slightly longer than I can run to it. Oh well, I'll move on, and if it comes back to me, I'll do it. Just from looking at it, I think it's another orb for Mr. Zimboy here. Vitality +1. Okay, that's not awful. I prefer willpower, but he can use more HP. Yet another recipe. This one is for anti-venom, blood drop and mudwort, and antidotes at the Weed and Falconskaya. They have their uses. I'm just throwing them away because I more or less know the combinations, and also the game actually previews what you'll make. And it does this even if you've never found the ingredients. So there's no problem just clicking buttons to see if you can find something. Anyway, what we've done is we have walked the base of the Pyramid of Umas with this rather nifty golden cobra motif. This is where an awful lot of people get stuck trying to work out how to get in. Unfortunately, the gate to the Great Pyramid was locked a long time ago with a strange kind of key. I'm afraid the key may be unrecoverable by now. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very long time before we get in there. Also, button. Over we go, and we find a crystal flower, the very last and absolute rarest of alchemical ingredients. This is going to be used to make healing, stat potions, permanent stat potions. And they are exactly as amazing as they sound. Crystal flowers are incredibly rare, and the ability to multiply them, multiplying them takes a lot longer than it does for every other kind of flower. So, get to it, Azanaka. The gate to the 5th shrine is hidden from sight. As that head indicated before, there's a 5th element. Finding the shrine for that one is quite the task. Anyway, if we look down there, we can see there's a pink sparkly gate thing covering a pit. And if we look here, we can find an unbelievably deviously hidden button, which turns it off. I'm not sure anyone has the infantry to carry this, so I'm actually going to carry it in my hands using meta cheating. Goodbye. In it are the Miraquis. I still don't know if I'm saying that right. Protection +8, resist all +5, light armor proficiency penalty, same as ever. Those are pretty amazing, and in fact, once I get Nosferatu into light armors, she's probably going to be wearing the mirror set. Also, the runestone necklace, willpower +1, that's going straight on Zimboy. Like I said, get used to it. It's a gate which only opens from the other side. Let's make a quick dash over there through the awful Zarkton waters. The tribal shield is just +2 to evasion, it's not very good. And I do apologize, I thought I had found the secret for this. I actually just... Turns out I did something ahead of time without having the in-game knowledge. A treasure chest long lost, guarded by the 4 fallen spirits in the bog. I am so sorry. I didn't actually mean to cheat, but I did. Ow. Okay, we've done a complete circle. And I believe that's most of the things that we can reach at the moment. Apart from that annoying one out there that I've completely forgotten how to get to. So, unless we want to tackle the summon stones, which sounds a little bit boring and a bit backtracky, it's time to go into the ruins of Desarune. The Meditation Spire. We'll get there in time. And that looks like some plate greaves, which we can't get into yet. Oh, hello. Meet the Ice Elemental. These are basically the Fire Elementals, or Guardians as they were called, in the original Grimrock, except made of ice. I'm not sure why, to be honest. We're going to be getting a close look at them later, and guess who's going to be best boy for dealing with them. Over we go, but first we go down because ammunition, and we are apparently over the fires of hell. As you are. The ruins of Desarune should look incredibly familiar to anybody who played the original Grimrock, because basically all of the original Grimrock looked like this. Restore our light spell. The Bronze Bracer. Minus 20 shock resistance plus 3 crit chance. I'm actually going to give this to Azanaka. Azanaka already has plus 25 shock resistance because of being a lizard man. This Bronze Bracer won't hurt him too badly, and the crit chance actually applies to his firearms. And the Potion of Resurrection. The only way short of a healing crystal or a shard of healing to bring back the dead. As such, quite handy to have around in an emergency. Skyway. And as we can see here, press a plate, bridge goes on. But also we are kind of trapped. So let's continue onwards. Hello! Let's see what our gun does these days. 14. This is why I just have you throw shurikens, mate. He did more damage with a weapon he has no specialty in. And the Arquebus is actually the highest damage gun in the game. Now, he did roll incredibly low even before the damage reduction, it seems. But all the same, the range on the guns is just too high for how unreliable they are. This build. As a knacker, I'm really trying. The Fist Dagger, 9 to 27 plus Dexterity. That's actually better than Leech? Question mark? Cooldown is faster. It's not got the accuracy bonus, but it does more damage. I'm going to keep it. It'll do. So onwards, we are going to go back to the Skyway. Just going to keep alert because I can hear the Ice Elemental again. And we do seem to have looped back around to where it was. There you are. But if we pull this, it actually opens the far gate. It's over here. Hello. You can throw icicle spears. Show off your other trick. And it can do that. The ice is the ones it throws are easier to dodge. Fortunately, we can throw fire. And when it comes to this matchup, I think we have the advantage. They're surprisingly tanky things. There we go. Nosferatu gained Vitality. Oh my good god. This rat's Vitality. 22 Vitality. That is ridiculous. She is rolling nothing but. Anyway, let's give her a final point in light weapons to make up for the damage penalty. I think I said that, but every point you put into it does give you a benefit. It's just not necessarily the large leap that you get from reaching the milestones. I'm not going to give her the final point armors just yet because we don't have enough heavy armor to warrant it. So we're going to max out heavy weapons and get the Ogre's Grip trait. I'll cover that when we get to it. More alchemy so we can be good at it. Do we want to finish off your fire magic? or do we want to make you not useless with air? I'm thinking fire. Anyway, this is the Scroll of Fireball. This is how long I've had been waiting to do it. It's not the worst, like you could have come here early. As I said, the entire game is extremely non-linear. You can do basically all of it in any order. In fact, this is the first area that I did, before Keelbreach Bog, I mean, when I first played the game. We're back to here though, and the secret is that if you take everything off the plates, that opens that gate up. So, if we continue onwards, we are now faced with the problem that because all the sky bridge is gone, we can't progress. Unless we do this. Just because the gate is closed doesn't mean we can't progress by pressing things from above and letting gravity do the work for us. Easy as that. Long winding corridors through horrible dark stone environments where things want to kill you. This is basically just the most Grimrocky of Grimrock areas. And eating lizards on sticks. That is also part of the experience. There's the healing crystal. Always a relief to see. I could swear this area is taken directly from the first Grimrock game. Like, if you just made a passage through here that was full of spiders, it would be level 3. Scroll of Light! Like I said, no way in hell was I pretending not to know what that was. I've actually made it through quite a bit of it. This puzzle, oh my god. Nothing got me quite as stuck just for how difficult it is to even see what you're doing with this puzzle. Okay, this switch opens up those trapdoors. In fact, more than one trapdoor. This is the problem with the puzzle. Can you even see that there's more than one trapdoor? Because I couldn't. Otherwise, the room is quite small. Just those 2 staircases down and these 5 pits. So if we take the staircase down, we arrive down here, and you can see there's 3 cells. There's a button there. There's also a spider. Yeah, they're back from Grimrock 1. We'll be seeing more of them later. And the spider is gone. If you thought spiders were bad, wait until you see spiders that teleport when you turn your back. Anyway, simple secret. So simple, in fact, it doesn't even give you a secret of finding it. Follow the light. It's a hint of sorts for this puzzle, I guess. If you want to stretch your definition of hint. I don't think there's anything hidden around here, but I'm just going to take a quick scout around. I don't trust my memory enough. Nope. Looks like we really are empty. Unless there's very well hidden secret buttons on the walls I'm not bothering to look for. So let's go back up. And the spider, it's very difficult to see, it's back up. And here's the problem, we've got to wait. The spider will continually run at us because it can see us. What we have to do is wait until it's, let's see, 1, there we go. Until it's moved 1 space forward, or hopefully I did that correctly. We basically have to drop it onto that button we saw. The problem is the perspective makes it very difficult to tell there even is a button. Or where the spider is, and no, I did that incorrectly. I had to let it run 1 space closer. I just kind of wish this block here wasn't here, then I would be able to see side on and actually see that. Well done, genius. You'd be able to actually see that these switches exist. The perspective doesn't work for this puzzle. Up you go. Not to mention it's kind of a pain to reset every time. I have a feeling I might have actually got through this by mistake. I didn't even realize originally. Come on, walk 2 spaces forwards. One more. There you go. Now we can head back down. One more time. And the part where it said follow the light, it really didn't need to hint at that one because it's quite obvious what... Oh my god, the pressure plate's right there. Either way, you saw the solution. You gotta press this switch, and this switch. I saw the solution, so it counts. This isn't cheating. Where are those arrows I was passing by? I'll use those. No point dropping something I actually care about. 1, 2, 3. And then, this is the other odd thing, there's quite a long delay after you put in the correct solution. I do not like that puzzle, no sir. Still, let's keep our eyes open, let's move on to... Like I said, keep our eyes open. Hooray! Plate Greaves, and actually a shortcut back to the start, which is much nicer than the Plate Greaves, which I'm not going to bother taking. They're extremely heavy, even if Aino had heavy arms. And we are into the Meditation Spire. This is another one of those puzzles where you sort of have to intuit things, though it's not too bad. What I've got to do is get up here and meditate. And by meditate, I mean sit here doing absolutely nothing. That's basically what meditation is, right? And if we sit here for long enough, which shouldn't be too much longer, I hope. There we go. We're teleported into an awful place full of ice elementals. Thank you very much, that's definitely what I needed you to do. They can fly and I can't, this is a problem. Ow. Ha! Drop shot. Ow. Up, 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 up. Nope, hit me in the arse. I have cornered myself, but I've also stopped myself getting flanked on every side by ice elementals. So you know, it's a bit of a wash. Hey look, fire bombs. I don't want to drop down there, because one of them could get the drop on me. Here we go! Yeah, they tried it. I'm just trying to sort of lure one of them up here. Go, 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 go. I know they can follow me up here. Stop being clever and not following me into the dead-end kill box. Ow. Yeah, I'm not risking it. This area is a real sort of a fight if you're not expecting it. And you don't have Zimboy Best Boy. That's one of them at least. Oh, that was close. No chances. See, as an Akka, you might be a disappointing gunman, but my god, are you useful for potions. Anyway, with one of them dead, it's a lot safer to press out. Plus, I think at least one of them is badly injured. That's what we're talking about. Also, this area is awful for fighting them because of these long corridors. I mean, you can't sidestep them. Perfect. Yeah, there's actually 4 of them. I managed to run out so quickly that the rest of them didn't aggro, but if you end up fighting 4 of them in an area where you can't sidestep their ice bolts, that's not a nice place to be. There we go. Now there's only one of them floating around here somewhere. That's not at all a problem. It's the Scroll of Dispel! This is also one of the worst bits of design of the game. I'm going to have to put a point into water magic to grab this at some point, but only when I need to. I'll explain why I don't think it's good design later. In the meantime, Aino found a new friend. Nosferatu found a piece of cheese. No toys for Azanak or Zimboy. Shame. Still, this is why we're here. Aside of the Scroll of Dispel, which is the actual reason. More plate armor, which I'm not bothering with, and lockpicks, which I am. Get the human torch on the go, the insectoid torch on the go. Yeah, the Scroll of Dispel is really the real reason you do this. I'm actually just going to skip time a bit. Nope, still there. There we go. Oh, I'm teleporting back and forth. Yeah, trying to skip. The only reliable way you can skip time with resting like that is by skipping forward, only to be woken up when an ice elemental shoots you in the face. Now, what did that do? Also, new shield. I'm not even checking it. There's no way a huge metal shield is worse than a wooden shield. You may hear a strange scuttling sound. Meet the giant crab. These are another returning enemy from Grimrock. And look, as they politely demonstrated, they can walk sideways because they are crabs. And that is what crabs are known to do. Oh good lord. This area is pretty much designed that you will back yourself into a corner and get crabbed to death. There's one flanking me. Because they can't fly, they're not nearly as annoying in this area as the elementals were. Aino actually has the energy to do her skill now. She does not have the dexterity to hit with it. This is camping, sir. Crabs are also pretty darn armoured. Oh my god, when she crits, she crits. This little Nosferatu. Ooh, that really hurt. Yeah, crabs are technically launching 2 attacks with every time they swipe. So they can end up hitting 2 people, or they can hit someone twice. Plus they've got a decent chance to injure like the wargs do. Or apparently the stone golems, since they've been managing to injure us every single time we fought them. When you've got the space to back up like this and you're not getting cornered, fights aren't terribly difficult. Oh, come on. It's probably points in accuracy next, to be honest with Aino. Just so it can be more reliable. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Oh, another new friend. Meet the Shractor. Well, there's their gimmick shown off immediately. They inflict disease. They're basically mosquitoes with more health and the ability to inflict disease. Disease removes your ability to regenerate HP. Oh, I thought there was only 2 crabs. Disease is ultimately just not that dangerous. I don't really rely on passive HP regeneration. So while I could make a potion that cures it, the antidote potion, Falcon Sky and Etherweed, I can't be bothered. Just have a little hoedown with a crab here. Yeah, if you think the crab's dancing is impressive, remember that I'm doing it backwards wearing a dress. Oop. High armor enemies can be a pain early on, especially if you've got a low damage, fast attacking dual wielder. Nosferatu is certainly good, she can put out some serious pain, but armored enemies are a pretty much a hard counter to her. What did that button that I pressed even do? I still haven't worked that out. Now, can we actually explore without getting ganked by crabs? Yeah, I don't know what that did. Okay, I can hit... Well, that's it. That's pretty much how you find what secret buttons do in Grimrock. You press them and you listen very intently for the sound of grinding stone. The Tribal Spear. The Tribal Spear is another reach weapon like this quarterstaff that I forget to use on Zimboy. A second Serpent Bracer. Who needs protection from poison? Zimboy can have it. There we go. Ano's disease, like every other state's condition in the game, will eventually just wear off. In the meantime, she's not losing a whole lot from having it. Sorry. There's honestly nothing much in here. It's mostly an opportunity to get you eaten by crabs. Our real progress is by continuing down the path the Shractor was at. This little pit is basically just a place to contain the Shractor so they can demonstrate that they can change elevation. Smoked sea bass. If frog tongues are the grossest food in the game, that might be the poshest. Scroll of Darkness. I don't know why this spell exists. Allow me to demonstrate. It turns your light spell off. That is all it does. There is maybe one location in the game where this is useful. And even then it's a little dubious. This lever closes the pit. But first let's demonstrate something I picked up a long time back and didn't tell you about. The rope that I found in the Snake Charmer's cache lets us safely climb down pits if we want to know what's down there. We no longer have to take damage. Oh, a crystal flower multiplied. Unfortunately, this particular pit is nothing special. We just got to find the button. And we're back into the room with the terrible spider puzzle. Making me wish that I demonstrated this earlier, because now it's just a bit of a walk back. Especially since I have to go around the... I'm going the wrong way. Am I? My god, I've completely turned myself around. I'm not sure which direction I'm going. Shrine, elemental... Okay, no. I can because of the shortcut past the plate greaves that I opened up, it's quicker to go this way, I think. Well done. Hey, bread. I totally meant to do that. I desperately needed this bread for reasons. I also needed these fire bombs. I am good at this game. Careful now. Okay. Right. As we were before I decided to jump into pits. Let's pull this lever. Obviously there's a gold key. Yeah, it's Scroll of Darkness. Gold key here, with what looks like a rather nice axe behind it. Now that we're back into new territory, I've got to walk carefully, because at any point I could be ambushed by legions of Awful. And I don't trust my memory enough to tell me anything, other than the most vague outlines of what we're encountering. Onwards. Okay. Hamlet of Stormbreach, which again is just one of those story-fied collapsed passages that we can't clear out. You'd expect a pickaxe would be for that, but it's not. There's no way to deal with them. Two ways to go, so we might as well go this one. Meet the slime. Slimes are generally unremarkable. They can inflict disease. They can attack in any direction. They can actually attack through grates, which is about their only distinguishing feature. Unfortunately, there's no grates around here, so they're unremarkable in every way. There was an ice elemental if you looked quickly. Ow! Better to fight it here than in a corridor. No, I'm not being baited into following you. Yeah, I am. Hey, if you're going to keep exposing your flank to me, I'm going to keep exploiting it. Yeah, you really need some great weapons with a dual-wielding build. Otherwise, the penalty combined with their armor is just going to make you do 1 damage every time. It's mostly only happening on Nosferatu's low rolls against ice elementals because their armor isn't spectacular. But when she goes up against heavy enemies, she pretty much has to put a dagger down to do anything. Slime's real claim to fame was they appeared potentially very early in the original Grimrock. There was a secret hidden area in one of the early levels, 2 or 3, something like that, where you could get the crossbow, which involved you fighting a lot of slimes, significantly before you could actually reasonably fight them. It was also in a maze made entirely of grates so they could demonstrate their ability to shoot through them. Oh! I heard that. I eat a sausage at you, sir. Zimboy just... I think that might have been our first triple-digit attack. Was that a critical or something? Didn't say critical, I think it might have just been an unbelievably high roll. Come on. Stop floating over the void where I can't flank you. Come on, Ano. Swing for the hills. Welp. Like I said, Ano swings hard. She misses a lot, but my god, when she hits, do you know it? That was... I think she was insulted by the fact that Zimboy was the first to a triple digit. Anyway, that just temporarily turns on this light bridge. And gets us the Tome of Earth. Increases poison resistance by 20. How do people do with poison? Ano has 60, though that's mostly due to the Serpent Bracer, which is giving her 50 of that. Nosferatu has 24 because her vitality is insane. 72, he's also wearing a Serpent Bracer, and 39 because he's a lizard man, and lizard men never need bonuses towards their resistances. As such, I think it's actually going to be Ano because she's exposed to the attacks the most. And she's not going to be wearing that Serpent Bracer forever. Whereas there's not many better alternatives for Zimboy. He can probably keep it on. Down we go. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten there were 2 ways to go. All of this, which I actually had forgotten about, so I'm going to go quickly double back there just in case. Once more over the fires of hell. Once more unto the slime, let me in. Don't make me fight in the corridor. What is her special attack anyway? Powerful blow has a 30% chance of stunning the enemy. Also, she ignores armor with this warhammer, 5 points of it. Which is another reason why she's so amazing. I know they can inflict disease, but so far they've been unbelievably unlucky about not doing so. There we go. The jeweled pendant. Willpower plus 2, it's strictly better. I don't think Ano's actually wearing anything, so she can have this pretty necklace for the moment. A speed potion, because what we really need is a faster Minotaur, hitting people for 133 freaking damage, Jesus Christ. If you can't carry it all in your hands, carry it in your stomach. There we go, this is a short little detour. And also... a little bit of ammunition for Azanaka. It's worth taking the time to explore, especially when you're working with someone who can attack a finite number of times. Okay. Sorry if my commentary is mostly okay and mumbling. I am having to keep on edge. Ah! Well, thank you for the demonstration. It sounded like it was down there. It also sounded like it just closed again behind me. Onwards. Beep. Ah, it actually opens that up. Oh dear. Yeah, that's another traditional Grimrock dirty trick, is opening a gate behind you to get you flanked by enemies. Come along. I said come along. Oh. There were two of them in there, weren't there? I'm being a little overcautious with potions. But I want to see how far I can go without losing anybody. It probably will happen at some point, most likely to a trap. You saw how badly those spikes messed up Zimboy last time. Switch to the tribal sphere. Oh yes, that's the other thing I meant to mention. The tribal sphere has an interesting property. All spears have it, in fact. It can be used underwater. There's a somewhat more suitable spear for it later, but in the meantime, it's something. Oh, great. There go the lights. Oh my good lord. Where did you come from? Okay, the ice elemental is the only one that can change elevation here. In the original game, the icicle spell was dreaded because it had far too large a hitbox. Even if you stepped off the instant they started casting it, you were probably getting hit. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Something something Icicle Joe. Where? What was I even talking about before I got stabbed in the butt with icicles? Something about lights? Probably? Something about Zimboy? You were casting light, I think? Ow? Oh my good lord, how many of them? How many are there? It's a long walk back to the healing crystal, so maybe let's not die. Go away. Yeah, Zimboy is unimpressive with melee. Something about... Oh, the spears, that's right. There is a more appropriate spear for underwater fighting, but it will do. If I have to actually fight underwater, I will give it to Nosferatu because it counts as a light weapon. Azanaka, did you just break a hun? When Azanaka crits, the people listen. And there's an iron key. That central room, which had two directions to go that we were in before, had a couple of locked iron doors. Now I'm going to run out and hope we don't get more enemies around us. I suspect... Yeah, because one of these side rooms opened up, this one. Released a slime. I'm guessing that's where the ice elemental was hanging out. Good lord, there's more of them. That one must have slipped out while I was fighting the others. Come on, see if we can stun a slime. Hey, we did! I'm not entirely sure what stunned does, to be honest. They seem to react a lot slower. And to sort of act derpy. Okay, you are definitely getting an accuracy bonus, Ano. When you only attack once every 6 seconds, I can't afford to have you missing. Back we go, nursing our wounds. Pressing the Crystal of Lag. Let's drop off that iron key here. Get some throwing knives, which are basically just fodder for holding down switches. In the meantime, that didn't do a whole dang lot. So let's see what's down the other way. Excuse me. It doesn't seem like we can get forward from here. Which naturally just means that we need to look around a lot more carefully than we are. There we go. It's not too often that you need to find a button to progress, but generally it's an obvious indicator like that. If you can't, you'll just go straight to a dead end with no alternatives. Okay, this also kind of screams secret button at me. If you drop more than one Z level, then you take damage. Yeah, there's no way in hell that's not a secret button. So, it's wall scouring time, everyone's favourite game. I know it's around here somewhere. Unless it's over... Actually, yeah, I can see there's something over there. Yep, that's one of the use of Fireball as a portable torch. If this is a mimic, I am going to have a very unpleasant time. It's not. And there's the Zarkton Harpoon, that's the alternative spear I was talking about. A lot more appropriate for underwater combat. Oh, we're definitely going to have to go to the hub, because Nosferatu was really pushed to her limits as far as what she can carry. She's only little. She literally has 7 strength. Two ice bombs and bread. The bombs are useful, and I should really use them more than I do. Ice bombs in particular that lock down an enemy can make things a lot easier. Well, this isn't a trap. Oh no, it was a trap. Oh look, it's just undead crusaders, and these guys, except because there was a wind gate, naturally they are teleporting in behind us. And this is where I wish I'd put points in air. Oh yeah, I said I was going to show this off, so let's do so. Evasion plus 5, health minus 15. It's not really worth it. Ow! Meet the undead archers. They're exactly what you'd expect. Oh dear. Explanations later. They actually deal cold damage. They're shooting frost arrows at us. Nosferatu gained vitality. Something is screwy with my game. Uh-oh. They don't actually like to corner you, though. Alright. Let's just wait here for a second. I bet one of them teleports in front of me and ruins my day. Ano, like I said, is getting accuracy. The healthiest rat in existence is... I'm going to start putting it into light armors. You can actually have that point of air magic I was talking about. And you have gained the improved alchemy trait. This is an incredibly useful trait. Now he brews large health, greater healing potions. Alright. As we were. 2 to a space, they deal cold damage. They're not actually weak to lightning, I forgot that, unlike the undead crusaders. So there's no point not just burning them with my better fire magic. And yes, they don't actually box you in much. Because they're archers, they prefer to fight at range, and if you get up close, they'll usually shuffle out of the way. It makes them a little less scary in encounters like this, because they're not just going to get on either side of me and beat me to death in seconds. You're not tough enough for me to scare. For me to scare? To scare me. What are you holding? Can you carry it? No. Can you carry it? Yes. 36. Oh my goodness. Okay. Inventory is definitely getting to be a problem. In the meantime, let's see what's down here. It's water. We could have just dropped down there. You don't take falling damage for landing in water. This is camping, sir. Please, nobody flank me. I am not in a good position. Oh my good lord. And his buddy's coming up. Okay, moving in here. There's archers. See, we actually had the stun lock chain going off there, sort of. There we go. Oh, and they actually couldn't step to the spot to shoot me. Oh well. No harm being cautious. Hello! You nearly dodged that. Nope. Ow. Yes. Stop that. Because my only ranged option of any real note is Zimboy, that's not ideal. I'm going to have to find my way over there to fight them. Ow! Yeah. Okay, I have got a gun, but... Oh, for... Okay, let's try and find it. The way over there. Well, let's keep having to stop the air, and I've actually run out of light. That's not ideal either. There we go. Thanks to some sort of lighting engine error, we can see that there's a passage down here. Which is always scary to explore, passages underwater, because it's basically just run like hell and hope your air doesn't run out. I heard some sort of stone move. Hello! Now you're not at range. Stop shooting me. Thank you. I said stop. I even thanked you. I was polite for no reason. There we go. It's all worth it because we got the rogue pants. The rogue pants that will one day belong to Azanaka Treo. In the meantime, it's just making Nosferatu even better. Right, with that said... Oh wait, no, we can't turn that off, can we? That just leads over to one of these side rooms. But we got the main thing we came here for. If you've forgotten, it was this key. Which we are going to go back to the big central room and use. As soon as I can find my way through this impenetrable maze of ladders and elevation changes. Here we are. Where is it? Can you hear that hum? I can. Also, not only does Aina have a bear claw, she now wears a bear skull. The bear skull helmet is protection +4, strength +4. Even when she gets heavy armor, she's going to be wearing this. Aina has a bear's claw and a bear's skull, and... Oh, please let me remember how to do this. She's literally a goddamn bear. Her strength leaps to 93 when she's doing this. Aino is now a Minotaur werebear. Aino smash! Ow. It does, however, continually drain her energy to be in this form. That was not the correct time to demonstrate it. If you could die quickly, that would be nice. If you could please make potions. Just keep missing for a while there, mate. Okay, that was an incredibly clumsy and poorly executed attempt at a fight. And I really shouldn't have backed into this corner, but I was scared and panicking and I wasn't thinking. Also, we were being dragged around by a leader who was a bear. Right. Have at you. You're not nearly as worrying. Whew. For all that fighting, we get ourselves a power gem. And more importantly, we open this little passage forwards. Well, first let's check out where the other skeleton was hiding. No, they had nothing much. Yes, we aren't in fact going back to the surface, we are going deeper down. Welcome to the archives. There's more. Fortunately, there's a wind gate to the surface. It's actually just, we're basically at the end of the ruins of Desarune. Because that's the first of those aforementioned gates to the previous area. We can continue into the archives, or we can go into the sewers, which I thought was the next area, but I kind of mixed up which area was which. Let's take a quick trip into the archives, since I don't believe it's terribly long. Yeah. You ever see Indiana Jones? The Tome of Energy, energy plus 25. However, have you also ever seen me play? And namely, have you ever seen me want to know what's down a hole? Ow. The answer is a lot of rats. And a broken ankle for Ano, which is annoying. Okay, but busting out through this angle. Please die. When I said please die, I meant when I said die, not later. This part's non-negotiable. It's you or me, and I like me more than you. Ow. Okay, phase tanking is not ideal, but it beats the alternative of getting flanked. Stop throwing daggers. We have had enough upgrades that these things die relatively quickly. Why am I still hearing guns going off? You haven't got a shot at me. There's their trick. They can spin. Actually, now that I'm not fighting a million rats, let's see if we can demonstrate their other tricks. It's a bit tricky to get them. Oh! Did not mean to do that. If you're getting overwhelmed here, using that wind gate to telefrag a few is a pretty good idea. Trying to get him to do it. Unfortunately, on normal difficulty they react quickly enough with the turning that's difficult to do, but they can actually spin 180 degrees and attack. But getting a flank on them is quite difficult with how quickly they move. Anyway, that unpleasantness aside, let's see what loot we got. Got ourselves some cheese. Strength +1, Nosferatu finally fails a roll. That said, she was running out of carrying capacity, so maybe it isn't a failure after all. Also another crystal shard of recharging, which means that we got a nice emergency button. And now it's just a game of where's the button to open up the wind gate. There it is. On the whole, that's not the worst penalty for falling, although I can see you getting very easily overwhelmed by those ratlings. It helps that we did kill Breach Bog first and we're tougher. Ah, this area. Te uhunu pala uhuna palana ae famko lamko. Informative, and much the same for this one. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do here until we find out what the heck that means. If you've got a long memory, you might also recall we saw the same language written on a sign in Twigroot Forest. The same applies there. Oh look, more crabs. And this guy taking advantage of the fact that everyone wants to stop and look at the crab. I mean, if you see a crab, you stop and look at it, don't you? Ow. There we go. And your buddy. Please don't have a third friend. Ow. As you were. Easy as that. Unfortunately, not a whole lot in here. It's basically just an opportunity for them to get the flank on you. I'm alive, I'm the strongest, I can't fly, I can walk. The Lexiconary. Well, like I said, this episode was going to have the entire reason I was doing this LP in the first place, and that is this. We are in the Lexiconary, and that makes Zimboy the Lexicon Mage. Yes, I am entirely willing to do a pun just for the sake of having a pun. I'm entirely willing to do an LP just for the sake of one rather weak pun on the name of somebody in the Discord. Thank you all. I actually forgot to check the time before I started streaming, but I feel like this must have been going for a while at this point. I'm a professional, can you tell? The next time, because this area is very large, we'll be continuing with the rest of the archives, and maybe even moving back on to the next area of the overworld, which is this mysterious area up here, which I have temporarily forgotten the name of. Either way, I feel like we definitely have been running for a long time now, so thank you all for watching. Catch you next time.